Hi, boys and girls, and this is our poetry writing, choosing adjectives and verbs. And I promise this is a much shorter lesson than the reading and the vocabulary one. Okay, so this one actually will have a couple of pages that your parents can print attached to this video, all right? Or you could copy, doesn't matter. So first, let's talk about, there were poems that we had read, and usually poems talk about something funny or something nice or whatever a person wants to write about. And while we're accustomed to poems rhyming, they don't always have to. Now, this My Happy Rainy Day came from one of our other lessons, one of the in other units, and I thought I would just, you know, read this little poem to you and also to kind of get us in the mood for poetry. Okay? In the summer when it's rainy, do not sit inside. Stomp in messy, splashy puddles. Run and jump and slide. So this one happens to have a little bit of a what they call a cadence to it when you read it, and it sounds like it rhymes. Inside, slide. But again, not all poetry has to rhyme. So our poem is going to be something that's where we're going to pick adjectives and verbs to finish it off. Okay, so part of the poem is there. You will get to finish it the way you want it to be. Now, these are some words. Let's move this. These are some words that you could use. Now, let's look them over and decide, are they adjectives or are they verbs? Now, we've talked many times about both of those, okay? We know that adjectives describe, and we know that verbs are action words, okay? So let's look. Small, adjective. Sad, adjective. Silly, adjective. Fluffy, very good, adjective. Lazy, adjective. Quick, adjective. Hungry, adjective. Muddy, very good. So if you were to have this paper, I would cut these apart and this would be your adjective pile, okay? So now I also did tell you that there were verbs involved. So my guess is that that's what these are going to be. So let's look at them over again here, okay? Runs, hops, leaps, giggles, dreams, eats, sings, yells. Yes, all, whoop, I don't know why that did that. There we go, let's go back. All verbs. So now you have a total of 8 adjectives and 8 verbs, okay? And here, let's see. Oh, my goodness, now it decides not to do what I want. Let's move this back and see if we can get it to work. Okay, here we go. So I have taken the adjectives, all right, and put them separate. And they got stretched on the computer. That's why they look a little silly. And these are the verbs, okay? And I put them in a separate pile. Now, here is the poem. The blank kid, blank all the way home, the blank rabbit, blank as she roams. Kind of hear a couple rhymes in there. Home, roams, okay. But now you have to choose. First, let's decide adjective or verb. The blank kid. That's right, adjective. Blank, all the way home. Verb, very good. So you're going to pick a verb for here. The blank rabbit, adjective, very good. Blank, as she roams. Verb. And that's right, they've even given us a little hint here. Adjectives, are you going to use the white box, and the one that's kind of tan, well, grayish, gray. is going to be a verb. So I've decided to complete the poem the way I'd like it to be. And what's great about the cards that you have, you can switch them around and you don't have to pick right away which one you want to use. If you choose a word, you can either tape it or paste it, or you can print it in there, okay? But I like the cards because you can make up a poem and say it and then switch it. So that's up to you how you want to do it. All right, the muddy kid. I decided I like that adjective. Sings all the way home. I thought of that little boy picture that I put at the beginning of him standing in a puddle, and he just looked like he was so happy. His mom may not be when he got home, but I just thought that he was having the best time in that puddle and got all muddy, and he was just so happy about playing outside in the mud that he sang all the way home. So that's why I picked those two, those two words to finish those two sentences. Okay, the blank rabbit. The hungry rabbit. Whenever I see bunnies, they always seem to be sniffing around and nibbling on things. So that's why I picked that. Hops as she roams. Okay, so now I'm going to read it to you finished. All right. The muddy kid sings all the way home. The hungry rabbit hops as she roams. So, silly poem, kind of cute. Again, if I wanted to, I could change these words and come up with a completely different type of poem. All right. What I would like you to do is send me your finished poem, the one that you have absolutely decided that you've picked the perfect adjectives or verbs for your poem, and send that to me. I would love to see it. Okay? So, great work again today, and see you soon, boys and girls. Bye.